Welcome to day 26 of my 30-day security challenge. It's the month-long challenge I created to help you gain control of your privacy and security online. You can see the whole series over at snubzy.com, where you can also download a checklist and subscribe to youtube.com/TekThing for the entire playlist. Today we are going to chat about ATMs and credit card skimmers and freezing your credit history. Let's start with ATM and credit card skimmers. These have been around for years, and as such they have gotten a lot more technical in components. Skimmers are traditionally used to steal your credit card data while you swipe your card in a credit card payment system or via an ATM. There's usually a little piece that goes over the swiper part and a pinhole camera somewhere near the keypad. The swiper will read and steal your card's magnetic stripe details, while the keypad camera steals your PIN as you type it into the keypad. Over time, they have gotten more advanced, using Bluetooth, network connections, or devices inside of the ATM. Now, while those interior bits are almost impossible for a consumer to find, the traditional ones are still in use to this day and are easier to spot. So here is some advice when using ATMs and how to spot a shimmer, a skimmer, or a fake swiper. So first off, jiggle the crap out of the swiper and the keypad. Folks may look at you a little weird, but fake ones are often put on magnetically. They have been made to be removed as quick as possible by the criminal, so they could easily fall off with a little bit of prying. Anytime I use an ATM, I stick my fingernail right under the corner of the keypad and I try to pry it up, and I also try to move the swiper around real hard. Now, if nothing moves, it's probably fine. If something does come off, do not panic. Report it to the bank or the company owner and potentially call the police, especially if it's a skimmer. In all of my years of looking for one, I still haven't found one. You probably won't too, but it's worth looking for. I kind of wish I would though, because that would be a heck of a good time on Twitter to talk about. Now check for cameras on or around the keypad. If you see one, report it immediately. Also, try not to use sketchy ATMs. Stick with ones in well-lit places, at banks, because banks have tons of cameras around their buildings, and in highly populated areas. This will lower your chances of not only being mugged, but also lower your chances of choosing a machine that was skimmed. Covering the keypad while you type in your PIN code and checking your accounts daily will also help with problems of theft. Using a chip and PIN or contactless payment method will also help. Now, I have linked in the show notes to Krebs on security, as Brian Krebs has been researching ATM skimmers for many years, and he has done tons and tons of research on the subject. Now, next up is a credit freeze. These are not the same as a fraud alert. While the fraud alert will send you alerts if someone tries to use your credit history for fraud, a credit freeze will freeze out anyone from potentially opening new accounts, new loans, or doing background checks. Creditors will not be able to access your credit history without your consent. It does not hurt your FICO credit score, and it lasts for up to 7 years. You can unfreeze it at any time if you do need a loan or you need to sign up for a new credit card, but each time that you freeze it or unfreeze it, it may cost a little bit of money. Now, do you need to freeze your credit report? I would argue yes, especially now that Equifax got hacked. It is not complicated to do so, but make sure that you have your personal information at the ready for each of the credit unions. Make a call to Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and the smaller Innovis and request a freeze from each one. If they try to sell you on lock or fraud alert accounts instead, which do end up costing more money in the long term, repeatedly request the freeze. Each agency phone number is listed in my show notes. You can also set up a credit freeze online through each agency, but over the phone will be more secure, especially if you have not set up the secure settings for your connections that I have already spoken on in my 30-day security challenge. And that is it for today. Day 26 is now complete. Tomorrow is all about opting out of those public databases. But first, make sure to subscribe on youtube.com/TekThing and hit up snubzy.com for the whole list. Again, I'm Shannon Morse, and I will see you tomorrow for day 27.